Crikey, I need the balls, Rashid! Now this is a 9! Crikey! Now these are some nice balls. Rise, Shenron! Grant my wish!
Sup, niggas?
Nice.
So, this is a big event. All of TMSSJ is actually in Minnesota.
No. Yeah.
And I figured what better time would it be to do something like this?
It's annoying.
Welcome to the first episode of Zazcast. This disastrous pile of poop nobody's gonna watch. Quit kicking the table!
I'm not doing anything.
You're kicking the table. That was Griffin. If it actually shows up, not sure it's gonna.
This is annoying.
This is gonna be a test to see if this actually is worth it.
This.
And
This
is Josh. Say something.
Yeah.
Josh is black.
I'm nigga.
I'm Negro.
Griffin.
Hi.
It's me.
It's me.
It's Big Bull Corey.
Hey guys,
Hey!
this is CMSSJ.
Oh, we gotta have that.
Corey clipped the microphone. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit.
Damn it, Corey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well. Oh, I think it turned it up.
Yeah, nice.
Nice.
All right.
This is a knife. No, this is too quiet.
All right. No, this is perfect. All right. This is
Nice.
perfect. Okay. So, the thing I'm gonna do with all podcasts from now on is I'm gonna do a skit with every single person that's on there.
Yeah.
So we're actually in the process of 2 different filming sessions of our skit we're doing right now that you've already seen. And the next thing I'm probably gonna do with all my guests, I'm gonna turn this up a little bit again, just to.
You're gonna have to modify the sound on this.
I'm gonna have to modify it, yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
All right. We're gonna explain our usernames, and since it's the first episode, I'll do it, and I'm never gonna do it ever again.
Okay.
So, I guess we'll go round
I would
robin.
hope you don't explain the username over more than once.
No, I wouldn't. So, Josh, where did Bleegren come from?
I thought you said you were going first.
Yeah,
You
you
said-
said you were gonna go
This
first.
is round
You
robin.
said you were going first. You,
All right,
you
I'll-
didn't say the words round robin once.
Quit yelling.
I didn't say. I'm not yelling. I'm just talking in my normal volume.
Oh, okay. All right. What happened?
What?
It's happened between you and me.
Oh, yeah. It was just like we were just playing what Lego.
Lego Star Wars
No,
2.
it was Lego. No, it was Lego Indiana Jones.
I don't
Remember?
think so. No.
It was, yes.
No, because
What
I have the great name Blackout as
Wait,
my
what
character.
console?
That's as good
No,
as
for
Night Slash.
The PS2.
What console?
It was
Lego
PS2.
Star Wars and the PS2.
Yeah, but it was.
And then you ported your name over to Lego Indiana Jones.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think it was original. I don't know. Whatever. It was on one of those two. It was one of the Lego games, and
That
just
is really
made the
quiet.
name Bleegren, and you were like, "Oh, that's stupid." I'm just like, "Watch it be stupid," and it stuck for like. That was what, 4th grade. I was in 4th grade. You were in.
I don't know. No, I think I was in middle school.
Yeah, that's perfect. All right, we're just not gonna touch it anymore.
I don't think it was that low. It was right in my face, but
Yeah, see, Griffin, you see what he just did by tapping the table?
Yeah, I won't tap the table.
Okay, so you guys told some story I wasn't listening to.
Corey didn't say anything
So
about his.
Corey,
Corey didn't say anything
yeah,
about
how
his,
did
so.
you come up with Captain Corey? 8. Captain
It has to
Cobb.
have-
Oh, and well, right. Currently, my name now is Captain
Currently.
CO8.
Yes,
Currently.
Captain Carbonate.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay. So originally started out.
Get some carbon.
Well, started out with my Minecraft name. I wanted it to be Captain Corey and didn't want an 8, so I picked 8 as my favorite number.
I thought 72 was.
I wanted it to be Captain Corey, so I added a number at the
Well,
end.
I'm guessing
Well,
Captain Corey was
Captain
taken.
Corey was already taken.
Yeah.
His skin was like Homer Simpson. It was like, why did you waste that name on Homer Simpson? So I
I
added
was a
an 8.
cactus, dude.
Yeah, well.
It's still better.
So
Griffin
I
was
added an 8,
Goku.
I became Captain Corey 8. And then somewhere along the line, I really didn't want the name Captain Corey 8. So I changed it to Captain CO8. Just
Damn.
whatever.
Somewhere along
And
the
you know,
line.
what a
somewhere along-
mundane
Somewhere
reason
along
to
the
have a
line,
name.
totally not like a month and a half ago.
You know what though? You know what though? I actually do like that a lot better than Captain Corey 8 because Captain CO8 is something a lot more
It's 2
professional.
less letters.
But it sounds it looks way more professional than Captain.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm Captain Corey 8, and it's more like, hey guys, I'm Captain Corey. I'm Captain.
Corey
I'm Captain CO8. Captain CO8.
I don't know. I just.
All right.
But, yep.
So 8.
Captain CO8.
Captain Kuwait.
And Captain Kuwait.
Captain
like,
Cobb?
Captain
Captain
Kuwait.
Kuwait. We're
Captain
Captain
Kuwait.
Kuwait now.
Kuwait.
No,
Cap-
Kuwait.
Captain
Oh.
The
Captain
country.
Captain
I know.
Koifish.
I know.
Alright,
Captain Koifish.
Can I explain where Zazdor came
Sure.
from now?
No.
Yeah.
Alright.
Wait, does this involve Duqued in any way?
No. Duqued, I'll explain that later. Duqued is a different thing entirely. No, Zazdor was I was playing a Dungeons and Dragons game on PC, like maybe it was like 11, and I was looking through the owner's manual, and there were just like a bunch of like random weird names like Mardos and Googleplex and like all those kind of things. I was like, I'm gonna do Zazdor, and I did that, and he was a black hooded battle mage. He was a black hooded battle mage, and he was awesome.
How's that
Then-
racist?
then I was reading
You're
through.
trying to force
I was
me.
reading-
What about white hoods and
I was-
Asian hoods
I was
and
reading.
Hispanic hoods?
Shut your mouth! I'm trying to explain.
Yellow hoods.
I
red
was trying.
hoods.
So I was reading through the 39 Clues books. You remember those?
I remember seeing them. I never read them because they looked like
They were
ass.
trash. They were trash.
Yeah.
They were talking about the chemicals Valium and lithium, which are both poisons, and that combined to make Volithium. And that's where Zazdor Volithium comes from. Where did LT Headshot 98 come
Nothing. Nothing.
Hey,
I
no,
just sat down. I
You
just-
told me the reason that I heard was you told me that your friend said you were good at headshots.
Was
you
it?
need
In
to
Call
come
of
up with
Duty.
a better
I
name.
don't remember that. I don't remember.
That's
that.
somewhere
It's pretty
along the
faggy.
line. I got
do.
that.
I
in my
really
head.
do. It's pretty faggy. I
Oh,
really do
Corey,
need to
what
come
about-
up with
what
a better
about
name.
Yeah,
Entech?
you do.
What about Entech? Titan?
Yeah, yeah,
oh, yeah.
Oh,
And-
that lasted like. I don't
I'm
even.
going to make a new
lasted
Skype
like a
account.
month.
Entei Titana.
No,
Entech.
Yeah.
Entech.
I know, but it's better because it's Entei.
Entech.
I know that's where Corey got it from.
Okay, what am I thinking?
No, actually,
No,
it's
actually,
not.
it's a computer brand, isn't it? Something like
Yeah,
that.
it is. It's
some,
like it's
some
a
company.
It's a programming
Programming company.
See, I just made the name up. Then I looked,
Yeah,
then I looked it up
yeah,
on Google one day. It was
yeah.
like, well,
Yeah, definitely.
well. This is-
well.
Oh wow.
So that name didn't really take off.
Yeah,
And
Entech didn't really stick.
Anyways,
I still have the other host Skype
I think
account
it's
that we
up.
used for
Did that turn it
Brawl.
up?
You turned it up.
Me and Dave.
Man,
are
this
like
is
the
a
only ones
jumping
with,
all over
like,
the place.
Yeah, this is sorry if the recording's jumping all over the place. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit more. I need to remember. So turning clockwise is turning it up, or turning it.
Well, and
Is turning
you
it
guys
down.
keep leaning in. You guys need to keep like.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Just leave me alone, all right? This is
Okay.
the first episode.
One thing I want to ask, Josh.
Yeah.
Back to you about your
Back
other
to you,
name.
Tom.
What
Wait,
about
what was your first name?
when you were gonna change your name possibly to Broglin?
Okay. Yeah. No, that was freaking. You guys all know about that. Though.
No, I have no idea
I've
what you're
never heard
talking
of
about.
Broglin.
Okay, so when you remember Mason, they used to play
Yeah.
with us.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so his group like
Dude.
had.
Prometheus.
That is an entire other topic right
yeah,
there.
yeah, that is okay. So no, like they have their entire like team that they play with. It's like the clan of Brofist.
You're
or
really
something
quiet,
like
by the way.
that. Okay,
Yeah, but
it's like the clan of Brofist or something like that, and they all went like Prometheus or like Brolithium or something like that, and they were like, "Hey, you should change your name to Broglin," and I'm like, "No, no."
Broglin.
Broglin sounds like a type of like gross vegetable. Like you gotta have your Broglin.
Broglin.
We meet again. Blowgrins.
I need to need to turn it down some more.
Blowgrins.
Gotta just keep it at like a lowish volume, and we'll just lean in
Yeah.
and talk a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Josh is the one who's being super quiet. Corey's coming up fine.
Oh,
Josh's voice is just
What
so
a-
low; it comes in at lower frequencies.
hey Griffin, you want to tell a story about your current Minecraft name?
Wait,
What
what?
is it? What
Yeah, I
is
have a different Minecraft name.
What?
Okay, so
it? LT comes
the joke actually didn't involve you guys at all.
Yeah.
But I just kind of translated it, sort of. What happened was, I was with talking to my other friends, and
How dare you?
my name on Skype was Grap, and like I think like one of my friends' dads was in the call, but he wasn't actually in the call. He was just typing in the chat. And he was being really weird and funny, and he said he called me Grape because he misread it. So he changed my name to Grape, and then one of my friends have always been making fun of my last name and just calling it. It was like They made a joke name for me because someone misspelled my name in one of my language arts classes. Groffan, Grofan. So they one of my other friends, you know him as Beans. You might know.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Jay.
Yeah, Jim's Jay.
What is he on Steam?
He changes it all the time, just like me.
We all know it's beans.
Yeah,
Okay.
his actual name is like 76 cents or something like that. But
Is his birth name?
no, but he made up a name for me all the time. It was like Griku Frunz Stavinson Cheddar. So I just combined grape and cheddar to be grape cheddar. That's my name on Steam and Skype right now.
Nice.
Not Steam, on Minecraft.
Yeah, I've seen your little bit.
I should just keep grape cheddar. I think.
You probably. I mean, I like it. Grape cheddar. Oh, I was gonna explain.
sounds-
Quick bump in the table.
I'm sorry.
I was gonna explain my.
Oh, let him.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say grapes and cheddar sound like man.
It sounds disgusting.
That sounds
yeah.
horrible. I
mean,
want to
it's
try
fun.
it. We have all the ingredients.
No, no,
We're not, no.
We should be forced Griffin
Just
to eat
like
grape
Ro-
cheddar.
No.
Can we add that to Roger's Rudge? Should we add that?
Roger's
as
Rudge.
Roger's Rudge.
Who wants to
Okay,
explain-
you want to explain the ingredients
Explain
real quick?
Roger's
Just real
Rudge.
quick. Just
Hold on.
explain the
So the
ingredients.
nickname Roger, like, we should explain where Roger even comes from because it's kind of a
Oh my goodness.
Go on.
This is gonna be a long episode.
Well, okay. So I'll start with Josh. That's his name. Then Griffin with like the whole Josh thing, like the Josh, stop. What are you doing? Stop.
Is it like the snow
It became
White
like
song?
Jash and like Jesh. And then Corey turned it into Rajesh for some reason.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was not here
No,
for this.
no, Rajesh was like one of the shortest lived ones.
Yeah.
It was like a couple days, probably.
Yeah.
Or maybe a week. And then Rajesh turned into like
Roger.
Raj,
Roger still hold
and
on.
Roger.
Oh yeah, it used to be Roger.
Yeah, it was Roger first,
Yeah.
and then it became Roger because we
Yeah.
saw it because Roger. We saw it as R-O-D-G. So now every time we see the word R-O-D-G-E-R, it's Roger, not Roger.
Yeah.
And that's the worst part because I have an uncle called Roger, and I always think it's Roger.
Uncle Roger.
Roger. Then it turned to Reginald.
There's like a bunch of other dumb shit. You said
Rastafarian.
Anything. Josh's name is anything that starts with R
That's not
or a
true.
J. Like call him Jordan. Why not? He's also black, so.
Jeff
fuck.
Jeff. Jupo. Oh, also anything
his
rhyming with
father.
Bubo.
What about his father? Okay,
Oh,
so now I should tell
his
the
father,
Bubo story.
Bubo.
Okay, so me and Corey were playing on Minecraft, and we were just Skyping, and I don't know how we got to this topic, because like, Griffin, do you even know Josh's dad's name? And I don't know how we got in the topic, we're like, Bubo Doombo. It's just the first thing that popped out of my head.
Just so you know, actually, can I say it or do you not want?
His
dad's-
dad's,
your dad's-
where's your dad from?
His dad's
Libya.
name is
Libya. His
Libya. His dad's name
Liberia.
is
His dad's
Say.
Liberian.
That is one of the coolest names I've ever heard. It's like Say, and it's like
S-A-Y-E, yeah.
Yeah.
And he talks like with a really deep voice. So now there's, I know.
talking.
I know
He
there's
has one.
now there's like a so there's like a boobo where it's like boobo. Like he's like, hey, boobo doombo.
And then,
Ruja, come here.
And then Bubo's famous going, "You ate the bone."
No, I eat my bone. I eat my bone.
So that stupid
I
KFC commercial.
I wasn't there for that either.
I ate the bone.
Because we started watching I Ate the Bone and Josh can go, I ate the bone, I ate the bone. So we're like, so it's like, I ate the bone, no you eat my bone.
Oh my
Okay, so
goodness.
Roger's Run, I don't have the ingredients with me.
What? Oh, is it on your
It's
old
on the
line?
other, yeah. I
Damn.
need to
Oh,
transfer
that's-
that, but basically, okay, what was it? It was,
Dude, you'll be on like 50 other podcasts.
huh?
You'll be here all the time doing
Yeah.
podcasts. So
Yeah, we could talk about Roger's Red. So
Yeah.
it's basically a nasty.
that, you see that? That's from
Yeah,
you hitting
yeah.
the
Oh,
table.
does it have like the bread crust in it?
Yeah, it for sure has. Okay, the blood from my penis.
Which is purple because he's black.
Jesus.
Does that have Kool-Aid in it?
black.
No, it had the bread crust, dried up bread crust. It didn't have like the macaroni cheese, like the macaroni powder cheese.
Oh yeah, I had
Yeah.
that in it.
And then
They have a lot of gross stuff.
it was
in there.
nasty, like peas or something like that.
Nah, I don't know.
Peas?
Yeah,
What's wrong with you?
it's.
Was it strawberry tops? I don't know. Something.
No, I don't know, but basically we just Corey's.
You're
Always,
so quiet.
I'm sorry. It's Corey always talked about like Roger's Rudge, and we were like, what
Oh
is-
no! I called you Rudge.
Yeah.
And then,
Oh,
then
yeah.
we thought Rudge was like it sounded like
It sounded like
some
a
like
gross
gross
liquid.
like brown like goopy
some
stuff.
gross jelly. So
Let's move that closer to Josh so that way he can actually hear us.
But yeah,
Or we can actually be heard. Oh man, that did not
just-
work.
Yeah, no. It's just,
Alright, moving this right back to where it was. Alright, continue with the podcast.
Yeah, so
Alright, so that was Rudge?
basically, yeah.
I was gonna explain Duke Quid, and then I was gonna explain my other video game
Oh,
name that actually almost stayed. Slade.
Please.
You guys remember that?
From
Yeah.
Teen Titans? That's all I'm
Yeah,
saying.
exactly. No, I actually didn't know about that back then. But first Duqued was
Please spell Duqued.
Dued. So it's
Master spelling.
Duqued. I did not make that name. First of all, it was my brother's. That was my name
With
on
Old
Perfect.
Al and Gorchie.
Yeah,
Or
Old
no,
Al. Oh, by the way, in the Gorchie family, you did it again. In the Gorchie family, my name is Mortgage Gorchie, spelled Morgij. Mortgage Gorchie.
You gotta get a podcast with them.
No,
how,
dude, I
how,
will.
how they get
They
their
would probably
nickname.
love
The
it.
Gorchies.
How they got their username.
The Gorchie.
Bardoni?
Gorchie
Old
cast.
Al.
Gorchie cast. Griffin's look he just gave me was like, really?
Gorchie.
No, but yeah, they gave me that name and I used it on Perfect Dark for many, many, many years, and these guys just had a ball laughing at that. And then I played Pokemon for like the first time ever on my cousin Louis' DS when he came to Minnesota like years ago, and when that happened, he let me play as the Sinnoh region, and I beat the Elite Four, and his name was Slade, and I was like, oh my goodness, that's so cool. What are you doing?
Turning on the touchpad.
I thought you just did
So you
Alt
could
F4,
touch
and I
it.
was
No.
being really
I was
mad.
turning on the touchpad so we could actually use it.
So yeah, his name is Slade, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. So I put it in. Slade is still one of my files on Jet Force Gemini.
That game's awful.
It's pretty
A game
bad.
that nobody
Hey,
plays.
but it's not as bad as War Gods and Corey Chi.
That's
the other
true.
night doing our
We should
games
play that again
tournament.
tonight.
No, we're not.
No.
What's
no.
wrong?
Yeah.
We need to play Smash Bros. and Mario Kart.
Yeah, we do.
Oh my goodness, you guys are
Oh,
excited.
by the way, I brought Pikmin 2, so we can do Pikmin 2 multiplayer.
I'm so excited.
Battle.
I'm so not excited. Hey, I have a Pikmin 3 demo if you want to play that later.
Oh, dude.
Did you never get that, Corey?
I don't have a Wii
Pikmin
U.
3 is on the Wii U only.
Oh.
And Corey doesn't have one. Actually Corey
Wii
does
U
because he's been
exclusive.
training for Smash Bros.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's
You
another
guys-
stupid thing
you
Corey
guys are
says.
stupid, just in general. Hate you all. Just keep shoving you down.
I
But,
hate you all except Josh.
Wait, you
because he's
hate-
black and that's racist.
But then, like years later,
Hey.
after I played that game and all my names were Slade, I watched Teen Titans and I was like, oh my goodness, my world is ruined.
dude, that Slade is badass though.
That's
When,
true.
when
Slade.
Robin gets abducted by him or whatever.
technically-
Isn't he
That's
Deathstroke?
Deathstroke.
Yeah.
But when he gets like abducted by like Robin,
Dude,
when
he-
Robin
he,
gets abducted
um,
by him or whatever and becomes his minion for
He
a little
like
while.
he
Yeah.
pulled like a Darth Vader on what's her face, Tara. You remember her,
The
like
rock girl?
the telekinetic girl? Yeah.
Yeah, I remember her.
She was
I
like my
remember
favorite
her-
part of the entire show.
Yeah. I don't remember much about
Her
that.
and Beast Boy.
Oh yeah, then
That show was
Raven's
good.
dad.
I know,
is
right?
like, Raven's dad is like the
That show got
alien
really
god of
weird when those
destruction or whatever
scenes
the
came
hell.
around.
Yeah. It got a little bit too personal.
Yeah.
No, there's Teen
Alright.
Titans Go, which is just like a kid's
Teen
cartoon
Titans
comedy.
Go!
It's real bad to be on, like, PBS.
Teen Titans! Alright, the next thing I have after usernames have been explained is Griffin's story.
Oh,
Okay.
I've heard.
So-
I want to hear
Okay,
this
so,
so
for,
bad.
so for preface,
So-
I am awful when I wake up. When you wake me up in the morning, if I haven't slept a lot, I am a fucking monster.
No, we know that. We know that along with Corey. When you wake him up, he's just.
Okay, yeah,
I want some of you.
Sorry, explaining.
Alright, so. I wake up in like the middle of the night. It's like 12 o'clock, alright?
No, it was late. I didn't even fall asleep till like 1.
It must have been like
It was early.
It was
early.
really, really late, and I was sound asleep. I wake up to Griffin going, "Dude, stop, just stop!" And I was like, "Wait, what?" He's like, "Just stop it." And I was like, what? He's like, "Go back to sleep." And I was like, what? And he's like, "Don't worry about it. Just go back to sleep." So I was like laughing and giggling, and I was like,
So basically, what this happens is, when I wake up, I am like I said, I don't want to deal with anyone, and I'm an angry person. And I woke up about halfway through. I woke up, I should say, in quotation marks, about halfway through our conversation, where I can remember yelling at him. I don't know why I was yelling at him or what I was saying. The part where I was conscious when I said to him, "Don't worry about it, just go back to bed," because I realized I was just babbling about something retarded to him, and he had no idea what I was talking about, and
I was going to bed. I was laying like right there. I rolled over. and was like, "All right, Griffin, this is gonna be one heck of a story for tomorrow." And it was just.
And I didn't remember it until David brought it back, but after he brought it back up, the memory locked in my head where I'm like, I remember.
Griffin's eyes lit up when I mentioned. He was like, "I remember it all."
Like, this happens all the time. Like, My parents
What
tell me
is
all the
that?
time about how I don't know. My
Why-
parents. I think what happens is I'll be dreaming about something, and I'll get brought suddenly into awakeness, and I'll just keep babbling on about what I was dreaming about.
Dude, stop.
You just, dude, stop it.
I
Stop.
think I was dreaming where David was like, I think from my perspective, when I woke up, David woke me up and was bothering me. So I was telling him to just go away so I could go back to sleep, basically. My parents tell me all the time about how I say random crap to him in the morning that doesn't make any sense to him because it's completely out of context all the time.
You know what was weird? I was having a dream that I was sleep talking, but I was awake. So maybe we were just like sleep
I
talking,
don't
just
know.
talking
I
to
don't
each
know.
other.
My brother sleep talks
Do you think
a
that
lot.
happens?
Maybe.
Do you think people can sleep talk to each other?
Most of the
I
time
would
it's
say why not?
incoherent.
Inception!
Most of the time it's incoherent because I was with my dad and because my parents are divorced, and I was with my dad and we were at like a cabin that someone rented, like his girlfriend rented or something like that. We were there for the weekend, like last weekend. And I was sleeping in a room with my brother and my dad, and my sister was in like another room with her friend who she invited. And one point in the middle of the night, I'm just laying there, and my brother to my left of me starts like, and then my dad in the other room is like, he's snoring like as loud as he can possibly do. And my dad does this really stupid thing where he snores, where he breathes in with his nose, and then he goes, blows up really hard out of his mouth. And it just does it multiple times, and I'm just laying there like, why the fuck did this have to happen to me?
Dude, I hated that. Like going to sleepovers and being the first one to fall asleep. Or being the last
The
one to
last
fall
one,
asleep.
yeah.
Last one always me!
No, it's not.
No!
You're like, I'm gonna watch this video.
Wait,
Mister, I'm afraid of the movie Signs.
No!
that's not true. Except that one time when you were sleeping over at my house and we were watching Captain America or Thor.
Yes, Thor. It was Thor. Corey was sound asleep. He woke up, and I was holding. I was like almost like I was forcing my eyes open because I did not want to go to bed. I wanted to finish the movie. I was really enjoying it, but I was like this far from falling asleep. Corey turned off the movie. He's like, go to bed, and I was like, okay.
It was like
I just was gone.
What about the blanket story?
Oh yeah, should I tell that? So I was sleeping over at Corey's house. Josh was there too. Were you there? Yeah, you were there.
Yeah.
I was sleeping over at Corey's house, and I was like, oh man, it's kind of cold down here. And I look over at Corey, and he's already sound asleep. Same with Josh. I go over to Corey. He's like, Corey, give me a blanket. And I'm like, all right, sweet, dude. So I grabbed one pillow. One pillow was all I was given.
And it was one of your hard. Like,
One of the
No,
hard
it was one of the little blue ones.
Yeah, it was a tiny pillow. So I crouch, I get on my knees, I put the pillow over my knees, lean down onto my knees, and scoop my head up against the wall to keep my face warm, and sleep like that. On the floor.
If you can imagine somebody doing like sleep yoga or like yoga while they're like,
Dude, I was straight up fetal.
He was like in the fetal position.
Corey woke up and he's like, I was like, Corey, I nearly died.
and it had rained the night before, and one of the windows was open too.
Yeah, it was really freaking cold.
Yeah, I don't remember. I just blocked that out.
Corey repressed that memory. The one night he failed to be a proper host.
One night.
That's true. One time he didn't even give me any macaroni and cheese. He only gave me pizza.
Wow. What a dirtbag.
What a hoe.
Okay, what else do we need to talk about?
Pee stories.
Peace, no.
No.
I have like
let's not talk
3
about
good
pee
pee
stories.
stories.
Let's talk about dreams. Let's talk about weird
Dreams?
dreams you've had that you remember.
What, Corey?
What?
Let's talk about weird dreams that you have that you remember. Someone, go.
Oh, what's like the most distinct nightmare you remember?
Oh, so I had this recurring nightmare when I was in like early middle school, where like I would be in this like really twisted place, like it was all purple black and like. Okay, shut up.
Josh, you were in the end. You were being born.
Shut up.
It's him. It's
You
him
sliding out of the end dragon.
Shut up.
Make me proud, son.
Okay.
Continue.
Okay.
It was a bunch of dark colors, not specifically those two only.
There's ender pearls around me.
The end of
Okay.
Look On and Wonder.
But it was like I was so. Shut up.
Okay, we're sorry. Continue.
Continue.
Try.
And we'll sing the Josh rap later.
Oh my god.
We'll cut out with that.
Yeah. No, but like I was like, it always ended with me being like just so confused and like scared because like monsters and crap were all over the place, but it was like dark and like everything could like you could like walk up a wall and just be upside down, that sort of crap. Like it was just distorted.
So it's like that part in the Yu-Gi-Oh movie with all the stairs.
No.
We need to watch that tonight.
Yeah.
No, we tried that last time.
We watched
and
it all the
were
time.
dead asleep in a minute. The movie turned on. I laid my head back and I woke up
That's
and the
'cause
movie
it's
was
not a very
over. I'm
good
like, what
movie.
the fuck is happening?
It's not a very good movie.
Everyone was asleep.
It's
Okay.
good if you know what
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh is.
I remember Blue Eyes White Shining Dragon.
Yeah,
at
Blue
the
Eyes White
theater, and that
Shining
was
Dragon.
the only reason I went to the movie.
So you get the
Was to
card.
get the card, and I
I
still
think I
have
have
it.
the
I still
card.
have it.
No,
Okay.
you have the card. I don't.
Is there anything else?
No.
Okay.
That
It's just
I was just about to
creepy.
say. Josh's story just reminded me of when you and me played that Gmod map with like the tunnel like turned
Oh,
sideways.
dude, no.
I think you guys showed me that.
There's a screenshot on Steam if you go to my Steam profile.
SteamCommunity.com/ID/Mr. Zazdor.
No, I think it's just Zazdor, but it might be Mr. Zazdor. I'm not certain.
Oh,
Check out both if you're not
that
sure.
one
Yeah.
map. Oh,
Dude, that map
I
was really
s-
cool.
Let's
I know,
keep
but
talking about
that's
dreams.
That little area.
There's like a turn side.
It was
like
it's-
gross turn.
it was
like all
horrible.
twisted.
It's impossible to explain without seeing it. Anyways, your scary dream.
Okay,
I have
so
one, but go
I had a recurring nightmare, right? Okay,
Yeah.
so there was just really so I have two older sisters, my half sisters, and they never lived with me because they have a different mom, and my dad was married to
Oh.
a different. Yeah. I've talked about this before with you
Have
guys.
you?
Yeah.
I don't remember it. Anyways,
Well, it doesn't really matter.
matter.
I wasn't alive for any of that, but
For the nightmare or for that?
no. I
That
died.
was the nightmare.
I died before every single dream. No.
Whoa! What?
No. I was
It's a
going with
creepy
the- I was
pasta.
going with this joke. Okay.
This is no
So
joke, Griffin.
there's this really creepy baby doll. They didn't have any clothes for it.
Oh, dude!
And they shaved all. It had hair. It had like the root hair, you know, and like the little holes that like all the hair came out.
Oh.
They shaved all of it because when they were little, they did this when they were little
Oh,
before I was
dude,
born.
that is
They
story.
shaved all the hair off it, and like I think one of the eyes was like permanently closed. And
Oh.
they used it to scare me when I was a little kid, and they called it Scary Baby. And this thing fucking tormented me for like 10 years. I had nightmares about it for like 10 years. I was at because I lived in a different house before I moved here.
Yeah.
That was when the dreams stopped finally.
Oh, so you lived in that house for
I
longer
lived
than-
in I went to kindergarten at Madison Elementary
Oh,
in,
really?
in Blaine.
That doesn't
in Blaine.
means nothing to me.
It's a kid.
Oh, same state though.
Yeah, it's elementary
Oh,
in Blaine.
okay.
In Blaine. And then I moved to my house where I went to
St.
East
Francis,
Bethel, Cedar
yeah.
Creek, St. Francis, blah
Yeah.
blah 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 blah. Anyways, so yeah, this baby. Every single time I had a nightmare, it was this baby. There was
Oh my
nothing.
goodness.
This baby would murder me every single dream, and it was the scariest
Dude.
shit ever because
Murder you.
because no, it would be like, I'd just be doing something normally, and I'd be like a Target or something. I'd be walking around my house or something, and
Kind of like Child's Play.
yeah, something.
Oh, jeez.
And then this thing would happen. I don't know how to describe it, but like this environmental ambiance thing would happen where the tone of the room would just shift.
Oh, dude,
And it
that's
would
like
get it would get like
amnesia.
either darker or like something would change, and I'd be like, oh shit, it's coming.
Dude, that's like
It's-
Freddy Krueger.
This thing fucking tormented me forever, and I would just, I'd be like, oh fuck, where is it? Like not like oh fuck.
This
you
is
know what I mean?
straight up an amnesia.
It's
man.
scared.
It would be Slender, basically.
Something would change. Something would
Mine.
whatever.
I don't care.
It's a Gatorade. They're talking about Powerade.
Powerade.
Something would change, and I would know this thing was coming after me. And this thing would kill me every single nightmare. Every single nightmare,
think that's
I'd
the
feel
funniest
it
thing.
grab
How did
me.
it kill you?
I'd feel it. I would grab me, and I'd know it was about to kill me, and then I'd wake up. But it was like it'd be stuff like where there's one dream I remember where it was at my last house. You've been there
Yeah.
before. I was just walking. I was walking around, and it was always that staircase, that goes to the basement. It was always pitch black down there, and I'd start going down it, and then the environment shift would happen, and then I would fall and start sliding down the stairs backwards,
no.
feet first, and the thing would grab me at the bottom, and I'd pretend to
No.
be dead because I was so fucking terrified, and the thing would kill
Dude.
me. And this happened,
How did it kill you?
like I said, it would just grab me, and it'd be like, I'm about to die, and then I'd wake up. And there's another one about that, which was awful.
My dream is really close to yours.
What's awful? Where the basement is pretty much dark, and the only light on, it's like dark out too, is like my room. My room light is on, and the office light is on in my room. There's like the back
Yeah.
office area.
Oh,
So I'd go
man.
in there. I went in there in this dream. This is one of them I remember vividly. And my sister's playing with my Lego bin with some random person. Some random person. So I come in like, who's this? He's like, oh, it's my friend, blah, 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 blah. And then the environment shift happens.
No!
The environment shift happens. This kid is the baby. I fucking start running out I fall because I'm in slow motion. I land on my floor, pitch black, close my eyes because I know I'm about to die. The thing grabs me and I wake up. I'm like, holy fuck, I can't do anything.
Dude, we need to move.
No.
This baby's in my house.
I'm certain that they kept it. Like, I'm pretty sure they had it at that house. I think my
Dude.
dad might have it, and if he does, I'm gonna fucking destroy
That is a
it.
haunted
I'm gonna destroy
doll.
the thing. But the way I finally beat it. I beat it in my dream one time where I was at my house. This is confusing because I'm going to all sorts of different houses.
Yeah.
In this dream, I was living at the house I lived in before I moved to Arizona.
Yeah.
But the dream was in the house before that, when I lived in Blaine.
Yeah.
And I was at the top of the stairs in my house. That's where my room
The
was.
top one or the
Like, it's a different house that you haven't been
Oh.
there. There's like when you come in the front door, there's a staircase that goes
So
right
it's
up,
like a
and there's like
split-
rooms.
split level? Or
Like when you come in, there's a staircase to the left. There's like a big living room, and then
Oh,
the kitchen, and
yeah,
then another
yeah.
living room. I was at the top of the stairs, and I think this was an immediate one because I don't remember anything before it. But I was at the top of the stairs, and the thing was coming. The baby was actually moving. I'd never actually seen the baby move before. I just knew it was coming after me. Like, I'd see it, and I'd know it was coming after me, and I'd just turn away
This
and
is
close
the
my eyes.
This is the killing stroke.
This is the killing stroke. It started coming up the stairs so slowly, and I could hardly move, because it's dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dreams on.
Yeah.
It finally gets to the top, and I just kicked it in the face and kicked it downstairs. And I never had a dream about it again. I never.
Dude!
I beat it.
Dude, that's awesome.
Oh, actually, okay. I had a relapse. I had a relapse once. I had a relapse
Wait,
once,
really?
like multiple years later. It was like 6th grade, I think, even. Where
How old were you when all this was happening?
this was like 3rd grade.
How
before.
common was it? Like every other night?
Pretty common. I don't think it was every other night, but sometimes I'd be afraid to go to sleep. I had one night where I stayed up the entire night because I was afraid to go to sleep because every time I fell
This
asleep.
is like a movie.
I know.
Yeah.
Every time I
This
fell
is so
asleep.
cool.
Every time I fell asleep, I'd have a nightmare
How
about
have you
that
never
baby.
told
So I
us
just,
about this?
I've talked about my family. My sisters feel really bad that it affected me so deeply, but I haven't had a dream about it.
Dude,
Yo, years.
my dream comes nowhere close to yours.
But I killed it, and that was the end. And I had a relapse once. I don't even remember what it was, but I managed to power through it. It was only like a couple.
Fire
dreams.
Kamehameha.
I powered through. It was a couple of dreams. This is before I liked Dragon Ball.
Oh
I had
man.
another one where I was in Target. This one made me the saddest because I was just walking around in Target. I'm sorry. This is a really long story, but
No,
there's
it's
a lot to
fine.
it.
I'm loving it.
It was like a Target, but it was a Costco at the same time. Where it was like the huge open space, but it was like organized and looked like a Target on the inside. And I was with my dad. And we were in like a TV section or something like that. And we're just walking, looking at like new TVs and stuff like that. And then the environment shift happens that I can't describe, but I knew it when it happened. And I fall, and I know he's coming.
Aw.
The baby's coming. I'm like, Dad, help me, Dad! And Dad's just walking away because he can't do anything about it because it's a dream. And then I get dragged into one of the aisles, and I die, and I wake up.
This story semi-reminds me of.
No, it's my turn.
No, I was
No,
just
it's
saying
not-
of the movie Babadook.
What is that?
Oh, I know that movie.
Yeah. Have you seen that movie?
Oh, that movie's. I haven't
What
seen
is
it
it?
forever.
It's like a horror movie. It's based in Australia. It's like
we might be able to find it on.
it's just a creepy ass.
It's a really scary movie.
The movie. I
Is
just,
that what they said every
like
time
I
he
just
kills?
described the movie. It feels like an endless fever dream.
Yeah, it
that's
does.
all it does.
It's a
it's-
scary movie.
It's not even scary. It's just horrible.
Yeah.
This is a knife.
Okay, so I have a dream that I had for like, you know how when you have like a dream it feels like a rerun, but you don't think you ever had it. before?
Yes, I
Yeah.
know.
That
I have that
happens
all-
all the time.
It's like deja vu. in a
So I've actually had this dream like plenty of times where I was in a basement, all right? It was a really well lit basement, and there was this doll with a teacup for a head and striped like black and white stripes down his arms, like Raggedy, it's like a Raggedy Ann kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
And all my cousins would run up the stairs, and I tried to run after him, and that thing would grab my ankle, and it would not let me go. I would turn around and it would drag me down and would not let me go. And that was it. That was the entire dream. I was just me trying to struggle and get up the stairs. The thing would not let me go. And
I fell down the stairs thousands
Oh
of
my
times in my
goodness,
house
dude.
in those dreams, dude. I would never. I'd get to the top and I'd grab the top of it, and then it would pull me all the way down into the pitch black basement, and then I would die every time.
I've had no wait. I have one. I have one more.
Okay.
Was this in your old house or?
Yeah, it was at my
I
own.
thought you
No,
said it
the
followed
basement.
you to multiple
the
houses.
basement thing. I don't even know where it was located. It was just a random basement.
Maybe a text message
I
from.
was gonna say because your
Okay,
old house
Nick.
is like actual basement, not the split.
Yeah,
level.
spooky.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
sketchy.
I actually have a ghost story about that. Where I mean, I didn't see a ghost, but darn well scared the crap out of me when I was younger. But hang on.
Sorry.
Well,
One,
I have other another one. So I've had loads of tornado dreams, loads of them. And the most common one whenever I think of dreams, like nightmare, is that I was like maybe like 3, 4, 5 maybe, and I had this blanket, this poo. I always call my poo banky, because it was just a poo blanket, and it I was laying out in my yard. It was in my old house. I was laying out in the front yard. I was looking straight up, and all of a sudden the clouds started like swirling around, and I saw like the clouds starting closer and closer, and like this one certain point, I was like, oh my goodness, it's a tornado! So I run into the house with my blanket, and I gets caught on the door, and I'm like trying to like yank it in, and I'm like, ah! And as I'm pulling it in, the front wall gets torn off. This front wall gets torn off, and then two robots crash in fighting, and then the dream ends.
Oh, what?
And I just had one. I had one recently where I was on the front yard, and both my nieces were here. Actually, I guess I have three now. I didn't have three back then, but I have three now. And they were both here, and then there was like this tornado warning, and I was like, oh my goodness, I'm out in the middle of the yard with like these tornado like right across the street, and I have two nieces. I need to get inside her right now. So I just like grabbed him. I was like booking it in. I was like, "Where's Pippin?" Pippin's like out in the yard, and I was like, "Okay, you guys stay here. All right, stay here." And I was like, I woke up and was like, "I'm sorry, Pippin, but my nieces are a little bit more important." But yeah, then the dream, they were about on par, and I was like, I need to resurface my priorities. I love Pippin to death, but not as much as my nieces.
I have one more dream that happened recently.
Well,
after,
let
after
Corey
Corey's
go.
done.
Let Corey go.
Okay, so I've never really been much of like
A person.
no, that and
I am an AI.
oh well, we are
we
robots.
we should tell about that a little bit too afterwards.
Okay, so like I've never really been much to have like nightmares, but when I did, like it was always like I don't know, like it's like some like I had a dream where like you can never scream, like you don't scream.
Oh, I've never actually had that.
Like, where you just like it's just silence.
That happened in all my dreams. Yeah, I would always scream for people.
And it was like, it's always like I know it's like I'm watching like a documentary and like it like pans in
Yup.
and like you see like you're watching it and you know it's gonna happen.
Your dreams have really good directing.
And like it's
Steal
always
right
like
here.
some type of cryptid, like an alien or the
I know!
Mothman or the swamp thing.
I have so many
I think
aliens.
it's
like-
because of that stupid show that we watched.
I don't care.
Lost tapes.
Lost
Like,
tapes, yes.
It's always those types of things.
You mean the
And it's
Frogman?
like, no.
That's for a
Find
video.
8 pages. No, but like, it's like I know it's coming, and when like I
Something's
keep
about to
getting
happen.
closer and closer, and I can't scream, and then like, like, finally like I'm like right next to it, the thing, and like that's when my dream ends because like it's
Yeah.
like consumes me.
Yeah, exactly.
And like, I had like one dream of that like I don't know last year, a couple years ago. I don't have them very much, but they're just reoccurring.
Yeah.
Like I don't usually have nightmares, but when I do, it's usually
you-
like that type of thing.
Have you ever like been abducted and like actually been in the actual place where you go when you've been abducted?
No, I've never.
I have.
It's
No.
called a room.
It sucks. I have. It sucks.
It's where you go.
I was in a
when
really
you
big
die.
white room inside of a tube with a
Okay.
bunch of other tubes, and that was it.
The red pill.
And then I saw Bradley and Trevor.
Either
Bradley and Trevor were in 2 other tubes right next to me back when I used to be friends with them.
either I
And
have.
they were just like, get me out of here.
Anyways, continue.
I say either I have that type of dream, or I have like a falling dream where I'm falling in pitch black, and then like there's like some type of like demon, like
Something.
skeleton, like
Oh, dude.
like lady thing, and like she's like going like,
Do you ever have, like,
and then I finally like about to like collide with her, and I wake up,
you ever have, like,
and
dreams?
I was just gonna say, whenever I wake up, my body always like jolts.
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say, like, you ever had the dreams where like something like charges like straight at you,
Yeah.
and then you like go whoa, and you like
That
jump
was
out of your
so
bed.
loud.
Was it? It didn't seem
You
loud to me.
destroyed the clipping.
Oops.
Okay, but anyway, yeah, I have
Yeah.
dreams like that all the time where like I'm
I have-
100% certain I'm falling.
I have
Yeah.
one.
And I wake up and I'm just laying on my bed. I'm
Well
like,
then,
oh.
like when you wake up, you fall, like it feels like you fall on
But you
your bed,
don't.
and you go like.
That happens all the time. I'm like, oh.
You've had,
Yeah, I know. Like you
guys
have that
those
feeling in your like
dreams where-
body.
Have you guys had those dreams where like, I mean,
We're like,
I'm,
have you- where you-
I'm sure
where-
you've all talked about it, but shut up.
It was a dream where when you do him so much you can do anything.
Continue.
Anyways.
Continue.
Okay, you wake up, but like your body can't move. Like you've got
Sleep paralysis, sleep
Yeah,
paralysis.
that's
I've
what-
never had
that's
that.
what
I
it's
kind of
called.
want that because you can get lucid dreams from that.
Yeah.
It's,
I know how to
it's
lucid
scary.
dream.
It's
Scary though,
It
'cause
is
you
so
can't move
scary.
your body.
Dude, I am dirty when I lucid dream.
I figured.
Oh, I'm gonna go into that later.
Okay, Oh yeah, go ahead.
I'm.
Yeah, finish your story. Your story is
Yeah,
much more
right.
important than ours.
But like I had one of those, and well, I'm not sure if I was actually like in sleep paralysis or if I
Yeah.
was actually like asleep, but I was sleeping in my bed, and I heard somebody walking upstairs, and I was like, okay, and the light turned on right outside my room. And these two pit bulls come running down the stairs, and this guy with he looked like he was gonna like murder me.
Here's Johnny.
Pretty much, but like, it was the scariest thing ever because I was like in second grade or
Well, that's
something.
right,
like that.
Josh. You don't like dogs, do you?
No, I'm okay with dogs. It's
Do
just
you?
like well, at that time I didn't really like dogs.
Yeah.
And, like pit bulls scared the crap out of me.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Pit
probably
bulls
why.
are scary. They're not always mean, but they're scary looking.
Yeah, they're pretty scary looking.
But they like came running down the stairs and like I hid under the covers and I was like having a
Yeah.
heart attack and I was like, oh my god.
Hyperventilating.
like
And
you're
I-
running away from something.
And I got out from under the covers, but they weren't there. So I wasn't sure if it was a dream and I just woke up and I was already under the covers or.
That's like what my dream that I was
Oh
gonna
my
tell you next is.
goodness.
It started off as this weird dream where I imagined that my room was like full of spider webs.
Oh.
But like it started off like where I'm looking at bugs. It's like a bunch of like it's like this is like the blah 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 species and this is the blah 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 blah
Uh-huh.
species with like the pins that they have.
Yeah.
But it was like on the floor outside of my room. And it was like a camera like video thing where like kind of pans up and it looks at my room. My room is covered in spider webs, right? And I imagine that like I start to like go into my room for some reason and I get my hand stuck in webs, because I'm like it shouldn't
Oh,
happen, but I
really?
get like stuck and I can't move. That part's not as important though because I guess I moved. I got to my bed eventually and I was laying down. And I imagine, I don't know, because like I was dreaming that there's like a spider made of like cactuses, but like it wasn't like a real cactus. It was like
Just like
Pseudo cactus.
it was like it was almost like the cactuses from Plants vs Zombies. Like it was like really like it was like colorful and it had like lots of like pinkish flowers on it,
Oh, that's nice.
but it was like giant spikes.
Was it
Like it wasn't like little tiny spikes there, but it was like Bowser
So-
spikes on the legs.
That's sweet, dude.
But I'm not done. So it was coming down.
I would've
I'm
done
dark
that.
and there's a little one coming down onto my bed, like right next to my pillow. And I leaped out of bed in real life. I leaped out of bed and ran to the other
Burn
room.
down my house.
And I was just staring into my room and I stood there. I screamed. I was certain that I screamed. I stood there for like 10 minutes just outside my room, just like looking around, like trying to see if anyone reacted to me, if I actually screamed, because I know that I yelled as loud as I possibly could, like, get away from me. I'm not even joking. I threw myself out of bed. I pushed off of it as hard as I could and ran out of my room.
Yeah, that's pretty much like that's how my dream was.
And
Exactly.
I
then
told
I'm like,
Josh-
what happened?
What happened?
I told Josh a story that do you remember the spider on my stomach story? I told you on the
Yes,
pool.
yeah.
So it was a work night. Obviously, of course, it had to be a work night. I was sleeping and then I woke up and I felt something moving in my stomach and there was about a quarter-sized spider on it, flying across it. So I was like, and I just was slapping myself. I stood up. There was a dead spider on my bed and I was just like, get off, get away. So I could not fall back to sleep. It was like 1 o'clock and I need to get up in like 3 hours.
Dude, what
I know-
about? Oh, keep going.
I was just I couldn't get back to sleep. The next day I was very tired. But I was no way I was gonna get back to sleep after that. I mean I don't mind spiders. I don't mind spiders at all. And yeah, it's 41
No,
minutes.
I was just looking at it because it said disk-based remaining for 83 hours. We're fine.
Yeah. 83 hours.
We're okay.
No, I don't think we're gonna make it.
So we're fine. Okay.
But
he was gonna say something. Now.
yeah, after I'm done, fuck me, what was I gonna say?
I don't
Something
know.
Go
about
ahead.
spider.
You're not afraid of spiders, but
Yeah, I'm not afraid of spiders or anything. I like spiders. Josh is afraid of spiders,
Yep.
but I like them because they kill bugs that are dumb. Anyways, go on.
the spider when we were at your house or.
Oh, yeah.
And we were walking through the pitch black like.
But I don't know how this
I
happened.
don't know how I saw it either. Like I
There
have.
was-
There might have been like a slight light coming through the window, but me and Dave were basically walking from his computer room, like to the stairs right up there, and we were
Like
going
up to
across
his
like.
room?
No,
not-
down to the stairs in the
down
basement.
Oh, okay.
down here, but like we were going across like in front of the stairs up.
He
upstairs.
just stepped off like the carpeted step right there.
And I'm like, David, there's a spider right there,
And I'm like,
it was
wait.
like a couple. It was like to the couch,
And I was like,
and
where?
it was like this big.
No, it was not. It was like this. It was tiny. It was tiny.
And he saw it on the couch.
And I was like,
No,
well,
it was
upstairs,
hanging.
though.
So it was midair.
that I can't deal with.
It was.
hanging.
It was.
I
it
can't
was
deal
like,
with hanging
It
spiders.
was the size of like a BB. And
If I
Josh is
think-
like, it's a spider. I was like, it's pitch black.
If I think
Did I
about
spit on you?
spiders, no. If I think about spiders hanging from the ceiling, I can't do it. I can't think
I don't-
about a spider coming down very slowly on my head while I'm sleeping. I can't do it.
My
I can't do
policy
it.
with spiders that run across areas or drop down like that is that they should die because then they won't pass on the genes.
Yeah.
Die.
They won't pass on the genes to make other spiders that run across wide spaces, and only the ones that hide will be the ones that survive.
Oh,
I
yeah.
know I won't make a
Natural
difference.
selection. You gotta do natural selection.
I won't make a difference ever, but it's fun to think that I do. Also,
Well, like-
it's getting time to do Dragon Ball.
Now we'll
pretty
be
soon.
fine. We gotta
Yeah.
talk for a long time.
No, yeah, we have
Yeah,
all
we've
night.
got the nighttime.
Literally have all night.
So, like at my work, because I work in like a gatehouse where it's like
Yeah,
they
Josh has an
hardly.
exciting job.
Josh got
Yeah.
a swag job, just sitting in the room and push a button, open a fan.
I don't
kidding.
even do that.
Yeah, you don't
I
do
don't
that.
even do that.
You lift it up every single time.
There's
Okay,
no,
anyways.
there's not even a fence. So.
Okay.
No, there's-
Anyways.
But in the
It's just that they
gatehouse,
haven't much money.
there are daddy long legs that are like that will hide in the or that will be in the corners, and I don't even care about those guys. It's
what,
the ones.
What do they even do?
Daddy long legs are like, I don't think they're. Are they
What
actually
do they
They
even-
can bite you. They
what
are
do they
If they bite
even
you, they're really
eat?
But their fangs aren't like tough enough to.
If
They,
they're-
they
if
have
they-
venom.
If they give venom, it's really lethal venom.
I know.
It's
No,
really
it's
strong.
not.
It's not
It's
lethal.
It's not lethal. It's really strong though.
Yeah.
It's-
fairly strong.
It's yeah.
But
What
like
do they even eat?
they
I think
eat
they.
bugs.
How?
I don't think they make
They're not
webs. I think-
quick.
No,
No,
they're
they're-
fast. They're fast.
Are they?
In bug terms, they're
They're
fast.
Well, they're
Really?
like.
I
They
guess.
ditz around, but
Yeah.
they can go.
I
fast.
guess yeah.
Yeah,
don't-
like
well,
they'll
they-
be like in the gatehouse, and I don't care about those. But the moment I see a spider like crawling
Like the
across
wolf
the roof,
spiders.
or yes, like a wolf spider or
Dude,
jumping
those-
spider.
I've never seen a wolf spider.
No, those are
What
really poisonous ones, or those?
They-
the
No,
brown
those
ones?
are the super fast.
What are they
ones.
like? Are they the brown ones or?
They're
what?
like they're
They're
like medium sized.
What
medium
colors
size.
are
Oh.
They're like brownish.
By the
They're
way,
really fast, so they go.
I can talk about scorpions after.
by the way, while I was recovering from the hot pepper challenge today, to date this,
Spider.
these guys, while I'm trying to cool down my mouth with like a gallon of ice cream, these
Corey's
guys
like, right there.
Get that spider!
And Corey's like,
Get that
right there,
spider!"
right there, a huge spider. Look, right
So
there.
I walk over there. I'm already in like the depths of hell
No,
right
but-
now.
but I'm
Nothing can
But at
get
first,
worse
like,
than
get rid
this.
of it, get rid of it, I'm like dumping water on it. It crawled. So like David's got like an above ground pool, and there's like a ring around the edge that like used to actually have like the base of the
Yeah.
pool. And I was splashing water, and he was sitting on top, and it crawled onto the other side. So it was
Dropped
hitting the
the web.
opposite side where we couldn't get it, and it was.
And I just walk over there because I'm like,
It was like the size of a
this is.
quarter.
I'm already
Nickel.
in. This is only down. It's only downhill from here. So I just walk over there. I'm just like, I lean over. And it's like right next to my face, and I'm like, oh my goodness, might have made a bad choice. And I was like, I gotta keep a straight face. I gotta be a tough guy. So I slapped it, and one of his legs came off, and a bunch of goo was on my hand. And I was like, oh goodness gracious.
It was like the size of a nickel. so
But I
it was
also
pretty big.
had like vanilla ice cream all over my face. So I was like, I
Brock, what
don't.
scared
You'll see
you?
that in the video when I take a
Yeah.
really gross close up on David's mouth multiple times.
You can think that's courtesy of Griffin.
Also the upside down camera.
Also
is my
10,000 views. Am I right?
fault. Shut up.
I have a good spider story. So like, wake up for school every day, 6 a.m. Go downstairs. You know where my computer is, right?
Yeah.
6 a.m. waking up in the morning.
Shut your mouth.
So like right by my chair, then there's the workroom right there.
Yeah.
I turn on the lights. There's just a spider hanging from.
Aw.
It was a big spider on a string. So I go in the workroom. I grab an old peanut butter jar, unlit it, then go like this and go like, doosh, and bring it like it's on its web. Bring it down to the ground like that. so
Wrecked,
it's in
bitch.
You look at it and it's not in there, and you're
No,
like, where'd it go?
I see it's in there. I just leave it there until I get home from school. Take it up. It's just sitting there like.
It's like, Corey, in case you guys can't see that, Corey was just making like a smashing motion with his hand.
One of the scariest things I ever experienced was going to. It was actually these two guys' houses with bugs. Josh had earwigs and Corey had house centipedes.
Hell, those centipedes are everywhere in my house.
Corey,
It's nasty.
if you don't know what house centipedes are, imagine a centipede.
They're
They multiply its speed by
disgusting.
100 and its leg length by like 20.
Honestly, I don't mind.
They're like spiders and centipedes put together. They're
Hey,
so
what about-
fast.
But what about those scorpions that Bear Grylls?
Yeah,
and my brother
dude,
eat?
scorpion. Bear
Yeah,
Grylls-
so I live in Arizona, so there's lots of scorpions.
Yeah.
Scorpions
Yeah.
are like the spiders of breaking into your house, and
Yeah.
so I find them all the time, and
They're usually dead from your cats.
oh yeah, Chester's like a freaking professional
Why?
scorpion hunter.
Goodness
All the time, I see him like just beating the shit out of something in the corner, and there's just a dead scorpion down there.
Good for him.
And yeah, he gets stung all the time, but it's okay because they can't even get past their skin. The cat's skin is so thick that their fingers don't even go through.
Well,
so
good for Chester.
they're like natural. Yeah, so he just beats the crap out of scorpions all the time. But what about the scorpions?
The Scorpion.
Me and Dave were playing in Minecraft.
We
one
were on
time.
Dwarves vs Zombie, and Dwarves vs Zombie.
And wait, someone was talking about Bear
in
Grylls.
the lobby.
I
Somebody
think
was
it
talking
might
about
have
Bear
been
Grylls, and somebody's like, Bear Grylls
So,
made
dude,
my
I hate
brother
Bear
eat a
Grylls.
scorpion.
Bear Grylls made my brother eat a scorpion and he died. So that kind of is just a stupid gin joke for us.
Yeah, gin joke. It's a
Jinjos.
Jinjo.
Jinjos. Banjo Kazooie.
Jinjos?
Jinjo.
Can we talk about Banjo Kazooie?
No.
I don't know anything about Banjo Kazooie. Never
What?
played it once.
Corey, let's talk about
What?
Banjo Kazooie. Let's talk about how stupid these guys were.
I know
playing
Grant
Banjo-Kazooie.
Kirkhope did the
I know.
music.
All I know
And
is
he's
that
also,
when you pick up a honeycomb, it's the greatest sound ever.
what was it?
It's our sound in. It's our sound in Left 4 Dead.
I can even
Is
do
it?
Yeah.
We have pickup sounds. When you pick it up, it does the honeycomb pickup sound.
Does it?
Yeah.
I don't think I have.
Left 4
that.
Dead 2 mods are amazing. Hitler Witch is the best
I
one.
actually have a video going up here pretty soon of
Is it
our
a Left 4
entire-
Dead?
Yeah, it's of Left 4 Dead 2 with.
Is it that one where we're there the whole time?
Yeah,
Sweet.
but I want to edit it down because it's really, really long.
Yeah, there's like it's like 20-minute campaign to.
I
like
also
4
figured out,
parts.
you know how the credits go up? I figured out the exact speed and almost the exact right the font.
Isn't
so I
it
can
just
add it
beautiful?
credits.
Oh God.
Oh, ew. Corey
Oh,
just
yeah,
shows
is that a
picture of
house
house
That's a
centipede.
house
Oh,
centipede.
go
Corey
look
just
up
pictured his
go look up a picture of a house centipede. Now imagine those all over the place.
Well, yeah.
No, not like all over the place, but
There's
like
like
they
one-
were.
And the weirdest thing is, when you kill them, they just turn to dust. Like they just disappear. It's like, where did you go? Like, you know.
You slap them. You slap them. You know they're underneath your hand. They're just not even there anymore. They just sink into the ground. They blow away in like dust in the wind. All we are is dust in the wind. They're not that big. They're not that big.
You say Corey.
They're
It's
not
another-
that
it's
big.
another-
Some of them can be.
Corey,
That
show
must be like a
Josh.
different kind.
Corey, show Josh.
It was like across the entire. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
it looks
Some
like
of them can be like I don't. That must not be.
we're
around
doing a
here.
whole lot of audio or visual stuff, Corey.
I mean,
Well,
yeah,
they can-
that's what it is.
they
So
can
look
it
up
They
look
can
up some
it
pictures of
you know, we can always.
look up I could.
No.
Chris, do you want to edit this? House centipede.
We
Look
just
up.
have that thumbnail of Chen.
Yeah. Should we describe that?
Microwave.
But yeah, let's explain the thumbnail.
Okay, so there's this Nintendo 64 game called Micro Racers.
You
right?
guys can go
Micro
check out our
Machines.
video on
Micro
Team
Machines.
SSJ.
It's a really crappy video.
Oh,
but that's
yeah,
beside
we
the point.
recorded
That's
with a
camcorder
camera.
vision. Not as bad.
2000.
What was the other? What was the game?
Decon Racing.
Not as bad as Decon Racing with the 5-minute pause while they go up to get
Well,
pizza.
we go get pizza.
Anyways, so in Micro Machines, Corey always plays as a character named Chen. He's like this smart Asian kid, and
Kid.
okay, and I swear, so the first time, so he's like a cocky bastard, and he always goes like, "Thanks for the good race," and no sweat. So I swear to God, the first time, one of the times we pick in our characters, Chen turns to the left. I'm like, oh my fucking God, that's an alien.
That is straight
His
up.
head is fucking alien
That is
shaped.
a straight up Xenoverse.
He's got no
Xenomorph.
It's not even like
like a gray.
Like the classic alien head.
it's
you know?
almost
Yeah.
like that. It's like there's like a
it's a
specific.
They'll see it in the thumbnail.
There's like there's like a specific alien like I always think of that he reminds me
Xenomorph.
of. It's not
No,
no.
signs.
No.
The signs.
No, he's like the
the signs
It's
head is
kind
just
of
like
like the
that.
signs aliens.
Oh,
but
he's
not-
E.T. Does it? Wait,
No.
is it? E-
No,
no, wait, no,
it's
no,
like
no, no, no.
E.T.
they have like the big long head that
Yeah.
comes back.
Oh, you mean
but
like
not like giant
not
tube.
like
I'm talking
Xenomorph.
about it comes back and then like goes like down in an angle.
I
Yeah,
think it's
Squidward.
signs.
Squidward. SpongeBob.
Where's
But
my
I think it's
spaceship?
Xenomorph.
And then we combine that with the xenomorph thing, which
Yeah, I'll do it in the thumbnail.
you'll see. You've
Hopefully.
already seen it.
Yeah, you've already seen it.
If you click on the
video. Hopefully I do it. I just need to get a picture of Chen so I can trace it.
Thanks.
I've looked on Google. There's nothing about Chen and his greatness.
Chen's like
I guess
He's
we'll have to take
Satan.
our own then.
he's alien Satan Asian boy.
Alien Satan Asian boy. Alien Satan. That's the title of this podcast.
Alien Satan Asian boy.
Nightmares of Alien
Satan Asian boy.
Satan boy.
Alien Satan Asian
Asian
boy.
boy.
Satan boy.
Oh, there's this Asian kid that went at school named Tyler that one of my friends calls Tajin.
Asian.
Yeah.
Oh. So pee
What else?
stories, everybody.
No,
we don't do pee
stories.
stories.
No pee stories.
How long have we been going for? We might actually be.
This is a
This is-
53-minute podcast.
Is this
so far.
long enough?
We can talk for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Can we think of something? Corey, go. Something. Anything we'll talk about. Go.
Things that break a game for you.
Best dreams.
Controls.
Best dreams that you had. Best dreams that you've had.
Good dreams. Good dreams. Lucid dreams. There we go.
Nothing.
Done.
Absolutely nothing.
I've never had a lucid
I don't
dream
want
in
to
my
talk about what I did.
You're gross. You're a gross person.
I regret nothing.
Okay, so that topic's dead. What? No, do topic. Okay.
Good.
First thing comes to your head. Go. First thing comes to your head. Anything.
Who
We'll
are
talk
you?
about anything. Anything. We'll talk about anything. Doesn't have to be a topic.
Okay,
Go.
I'll talk about who I thought Helen Keller was. When my mom said, "Do you know who Helen Keller is?" I said, "Wasn't she on Oprah?" Because I thought she was that blind black lady. So I was like, "Isn't she the black lady on Oprah?" I don't even know who it is. I thought of that because
That's a
of
great.
boxing
That's a
gloves.
great story. I don't care.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Griffin, first thing,
Nothing.
Broly. Is his power maximum?
Broly.
Is his power maximum?
Hercule, Majin Hercule.
Let's talk about Ultra
Let's-
Dragon Ball Wiki.
Oh,
Dragon Ball
I can
Wiki.
I can record Chrome. We need to make a video on that.
Ultra Dragon Ball Wiki is
A gold mine.
the pinnacle of fan
A
ideas.
gold mine.
The
You
best.
need to look up Super Saiyan 67. That is me and
Super
Griffin's-
Saiyan 67 is me
That
and
is
David's greatest
that is
creation.
that is our what's it called
Our
our something child
our brainchild.
brainchild.
Yeah, it's like the dumbest thing ever because we were just
Super Kid Kami
we'd
Roast
found, we'd found all this dumb stuff on Ultra Dragon Ball Wiki. Ultra Dragon Ball Wiki is basically a Dragon Ball Wiki
Fan fiction.
of fan fiction. We can make any fan fiction character and create any amount of pages and articles you want.
And
With
they
like
just
a
don't care.
1 minute
And
registration.
you can do anything.
system.
Well, yeah. So I just made a quick account. And no, I think it was a Wikia. So I had a Wikia account already from like
Oh,
editing
nice.
like a Chugga Conroy, which is a good YouTuber. I was editing like some of his articles to be more accurate because they weren't right. But, so
I
it was-
know everything, but
I think it was something about multiverse. I think I was adding.
I
something,
absorb all of you.
I think I was adding something for Universe 8 because there's no descriptions of it when that was coming out.
Oh,
But anyways, Dragon Ball Multiverse. We'll talk about that later.
yeah, that's an entire other episode.
So
dude, we're gonna have a Dragon Ball episode eventually.
we should. So we saw these super stupid things. There's like Ultra Renegade Saiyan or something stupid like that, where they had like a white stripe, a purple stripe, and
I
a
hope
green
whoever's
stripe on
watching
their
this
hair.
knows
It
what
was
Dragon
stupid.
Ball is.
Well, you better. You're gonna have to look it
Yeah.
up. And there's like Super Saiyan 10, where it's like this is the stage after Goku becomes the perfect Super
Remember
Saiyan.
Super
9.
Saiyan 5 Divine, where he grows white wings and has white hair.
But so we decided to make a page for Super Saiyan 67 because me and David had always
And
joked
his
about
aura
this.
is white feathers.
We'd always joked about Super Saiyan 67 as just this thing where they transform into it and it just like
Instantly.
it takes a second to power up. You might be able to hear that in the background. I don't know what that is. But,
Emily, be quiet. You were talking about
Super Saiyan 67. Super Saiyan 67 I was talking about.
Super
So me and David have made it up in gym or something where he just transforms and just destroys everything instantly because it's so stupidly powerful.
Awesome.
Yeah, stupid awesome. And then so we just made up this whole stupid page where he like absorbs all the universe. You'll see it. But Ultra Dragon Ball Wiki is retarded.
You're gonna have
Yes.
a lot of links in this video.
Yeah, no.
Well,
Have
you,
links to like all the stuff.
Griffin
we've
can be the
mentioned.
link guy.
Okay, fine.
That means you have to watch it all the way through and add all the links.
You're gonna have a link to many pictures.
Okay, yeah, but Majin Hercule.
Majin Hercule is a fantastic
So we don't know.
thing.
What we basically just end up doing is that we just go on there and we just click the random page button. Well, that's what I do at least.
That's
I just,
what I do,
I just
yeah.
look for garbage. I just look for garbage, which is 99%.
Oh
of it.
man, I can't even remember all the horrible names. Like Gorbu.
Like there's like
and,
Go Blue.
Go Blue.
Like
Go Blue is like such a recurring character.
and like
Oh my
Go Dan
goodness.
and some like Gokon and dumb crap like that.
Gokon. Gokon.
But
Oh my goodness.
Majin Hercule is just this disgusting monstrosity.
His eyes.
Okay, so
Also, the artwork on that website, flawless.
Usually they just take a picture of from the show and then color over it in MS
in
Paint.
Dude,
and
we
it's the
saw
worst.
one of Nail that was just a negative of Nail.
It was like ultra. It was like Super Namek 2 or something, and they just did a negative. of Nail.
It was horrendous. It was horrible.
But Majin Hercule's got like this puke Shrek green eyes, like a M scribbled on in paint, and like red. I don't even. It was disgusting. It's my spray in TF2 because it's so gross. It's like a metallic hair color or something. It's
Yeah.
gross.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Well, Josh, now it's your turn.
Oh.
Talk about something, anything.
Something. Memes.
Josh has been obsessed with saying
Okay,
walls to memes or whatever. I don't
Okay.
really care.
Okay, but okay.
Next topic.
What's the whole El Chapo thing?
What?
I don't even
El
know.
Chapo.
It's some iFunny thing that everybody
I don't-
thinks is funny.
I never heard of it.
It's
Never
like
heard of it.
some guy who broke out of like a Mexican like prison. I don't know about it. Like I just got back into iFunny.
I only know about it because of Vine, and they made fun of Donald Trump, and that's it. It's all
He's
I
running
know.
for president.
It's like it's dumb. It's dumb. It's dumb. I don't know how he's ever gonna think he's gonna
No,
win.
nobody likes Donald Trump.
Nobody.
He's a dickbag. What else? I was just. You said memes, and I thought of something, and now I gotta have to think about it. Somebody talk for a little bit.
Sign of happiness. Best.
You need to,
It-
yeah, go
like
watch
it-
Sign in Happiness. Oh, we can talk about animation. Oh no, we already did that in our video earlier today.
You just talk about anime in general.
Well,
I don't know.
Attack on Titan's gonna like I watched something.
If you read it, the new stuff is not good. Like the pacing is bad, really bad, like horrendously bad.
Well, it's also the manga, so it might just I don't know.
I guess, yeah.
I've always found it harder to pace an anime or a manga.
Well, the thing
when it's
is
in
that-
written form.
What should have been like an entire season in the books was like 2 books. Meanwhile, the first season was like 13 books.
Yeah.
So it's going a lot quicker in the new
Well, there-
the new books.
And okay, I watched a review about Attack on Titan, and apparently it's the first anime in 7 years, or like something like that, 6 years, to break the top 3, or to take the top 3 from Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece. It's
Dragon
like
Ball.
Dragon Ball has
That-
been in
that-
top
that-
3 for a while because there's nothing new
Yeah.
going on. But
Now it's gonna destroy it.
Yeah,
It's gonna destroy it.
Dragon Ball Super, we gotta talk about that after
Assuming it's gonna be good.
this.
It's gonna be.
It's-
It's Akira Toriyama, dude.
It's not gonna
I
be
put my
GT,
life in my-
Super Saiyan 4,
I put my life in Akira
dancing
Toriyama's
robot
hands.
idiots, a giant robot baby.
Dude, Lewd is still the best part of
No.
GT.
Anyways, what you're saying?
But like, it's the first anime in like 6 years to break the top 3,
Yeah,
or to take it
it's-
from one of those.
Dude, I have
haven't
some of
watched
the
it.
soundtrack on my MP3 player. I wanna
It
go
looks
to work.
good. I just haven't gotten around to watching.
Oh,
What are you guys
dude.
watching on?
I watched it on
Crunchyroll.
Crunchyroll, yeah.
See, I don't like Crunchyroll number because I have to watch like 600 ads
Yeah.
per video.
Yeah, that is.
I used a long time ago when I lived in my old house. I used to be able to watch like a Naruto episode. You'd have 1 ad at the beginning, and I could watch the entire episode afterwards.
Yeah, now it's like 6 in the middle. I might just.
And
buy
I would
premium.
I watched like the pain.
It's so good though.
I watched
It's-
like the pain arc of Naruto so many times. I love that one.
Yeah, that's when it should have ended. That's when Naruto should have ended.
The final boss of that is just I don't understand. I just kind of skipped around from the manga, and it's like the final boss is like stupid.
Well, they're continuing Naruto.
I know.
Yeah,
well,
they're
it's like a super short one. Though.
Josh made a
it's
great,
like GT super
a
short.
great
So.
exact. Josh
Yeah.
said it's the
Oh,
GT
it's the
of
GT
Naruto.
of Naruto.
Naruto GT. Oh!
Let's talk about retarded intros. GT. Anyways,
Welcome to the Grand Tour. Brand new adventure begins. A Dragon Ball. Goku becomes a child again.
in Dragon Ball. Corey has no idea what we're talking
should
about. 'Cause
watch
Corey
some of
doesn't
that
watch
tonight.
any anime, right, Corey?
It's not true.
I watched Naruto for like a week in Toonami.
Toonami. I never even had Toonami.
Old Toonami was the best.
Yeah,
I miss it.
With Tom.
So I just learned like
remember,
recently
like,
that
the
they
old-
like continued with Avatar, or like with
Did
the
they?
Legend
Oh
of
yeah,
Korra.
Legend of Korra.
I never even knew about that until like.
I never
Yeah.
watched Avatar.
What?
I've never watched. I watched like
I have the first
bits
4
and pieces
episodes.
of episodes.
I like the animation. The story's kind of dumb though.
I like.
The fight-
Apparently, it gets way
The
better.
fight
after the game.
animation is really spot on though.
Mm-hmm.
People criticize me for being like a fight
Junkie.
junkie. Exactly, fight junkie.
I watched the fights
You
in
lo-
Dragon Ball.
You,
all
you
the
love
time.
Dragon Ball fights, and you love freaking what's.
I
his-
like the Bleach
Dragon
fights.
Ball fights are
No,
amazing.
what's that? Stupid
Eon Kid. Eon Kid.
Eon
Oh
Kid
my
is
God.
I'm gonna.
No,
No,
I
gonna
watched
make-
it. I watched it. It's like those crappy SFM, but not even SFM, where it's like the
Yeah.
gross clay
like
2D.
Seinfeld spit stain.
Yeah, Seinfeld spit stain.
I'm
style
gonna make a
videos.
collab of all the good fight scenes, and that's all I'm gonna ever watch again. I'm gonna download them all. I'm gonna edit them together. I'm gonna put only the fight scenes together.
Ow. Nuh-uh.
It's gonna be good. Trust me, you'll love it. The particle. I don't want to say particle effects, but that's pretty much what it is because it pretty much just runs on an engine. The particle effects are good. All right, leave me alone.
Okay, let's talk about more anime stuff.
I was gonna
Why Bleach
Sword
is so
Online.
bad? Why Bleach is so bad?
I could go
Why
on
did
for
Bleach-
hours.
Why did Bleach become absolute ass after the Aizen arc?
So is it
Tell me, Josh,
Sawai?
why?
Is Sawai the guy who made it, or is that One Piece?
No, that's
I have no idea who made
no,
it.
Oda
Aichi.
Oda Ichi, I think, is One Piece, and then I think Sawai Iwata
No.
is
No, Iwata's
It's-
the Nintendo guy who died.
Yeah, he was-
Satoru Iwata.
Yeah.
No, well, anyways, there's
But
the guy who did it.
it should have ended after the Aizen.
Yes, it should have.
The Aizen arc had the perfect
Even
ending.
then,
Yeah.
it did
Because he used the last of his powers and he defeated this huge bad guy who was supposed to be a billion times stronger than everyone else combined, and he did it, and he won just barely, and he had to give up his powers. He should have ended there.
And it had the saddest ending. Like that was one of the like anime endings that I
He used to just
actually
walk
cried
away from
to.
his end. We used to walk away from the world that he
Yep.
became a
Yeah.
part of.
The thing when people say, oh, like when I say, yeah, they caught the upgrades, I was like, people, oh yeah, Dragon Ball has it too, and like, here's my argument, all right? Dragon Ball has Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3,
Super Saiyan is bullshit. Though.
Super Saiyan 5. No.
Super Saiyan 5 is not a thing. Don't say that. You said Super Saiyan 5.
What's Super Saiyan?
Super Saiyan dumb.
he
becomes a super golden silver arc monkey.
Yeah, and they flick. You've seen the picture of the Photoshop of Goku flicking beers in the head?
Mhm.
It's so dumb.
Yeah.
No. So, in all the other things like Naruto, Bleach, and all that stuff, they all have their previous forms they could go to. Goku trains in Super Saiyan 1 when he could be in Super Saiyan 3 training because he can. And it's more effective that way, but everybody else just they go straight to their final form. They never ever Naruto has
Why would they do a build?
Well, like
it makes sense in certain aspects.
because you get healed by it. I mean that made
that's one thing I don't understand is how Dr. Gero and we're talking about Dragon Ball now, which
Yeah.
Corey's completely tapped out because he has no idea what
Corey's
Dragon
looking
Ball
up
is.
stuff.
All on Twitter, fucking Muzo got his account hacked.
That's good.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, now all his stuff is gone.
Cool.
Oh.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow, live action. Wow.
Does he still have that gold frying pan?
Probably.
Oh shit, dude.
Probably not. No. Holy
Not
fuck.
anymore.
That's actually really bad. Okay.
Holy cow.
Alright.
Music, I'm sorry.
Okay.
This is live stuff right here.
Anyways, what were we talking about?
Dragon Ball.
I was
Dr.
oh, yeah.
Gero.
Dr. Gero, that's right. I don't understand how Dr. Gero went from having a machine Android 8 who was like
Did he create
we're talking about
Mechanical
power
Man?
levels. We're talking about power levels.
Did he create Mechanical Man 8 from Dragon Ball?
8 is one of his creations, yeah.
Really?
That's why it's Android 8.
Oh, it is. It's red.
Okay, but anyways,
Oh, well,
Ader was a failure, quote unquote.
8-man.
But so he created him, and he's strong, but
Not it.
he's like in terms as soon as Dragon Ball Z starts, everyone in the entire Dragon Ball is outclassed
Yeah.
massively. But he's like, if you're saying power level, it's under 500 probably.
That's actually a good point.
It's
I like
under
it.
500, and then he goes to like stronger than a fucking Super Saiyan, which killed Frieza, the despot of the galaxy, for fucking who knows how long. It's retarded. It's like how could you have such a gap in power where you go from under 500 to over like 200?
Like, I
million?
still- Power levels are stupid, dude. I don't like them. I think it's just the experience. Is
It was
what
good. It was good for Frieza Saga for scale because Frieza.
A little bit.
No, it showed how much stronger Frieza got because he went from like 530,000 to a million to like a couple million to 120 million to show just how huge.
Did
the
you
gap
see
is.
the interview with I don't remember who it was, but the voice actor for Frieza said that the new golden form of Frieza would have she said some phrase before it that in Japan.
You'll be blinded by my golden.
No. In Japan, it meant like it doesn't matter, and then she said it would be she said it'd be 10 billion. Then she said it. She said some kind of like Japanese phrase. It was like a pun in English where it said it just doesn't matter or it's fake.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's pretty much what the power levels are.
There's a
now.
picture that I saw about that, and it was like, it was at least like 100. I don't know.
It
if
was
like
really,
100
really
trillion. It was 100
ridiculous.
trillion.
Was it 100 trillion? It was something stupid.
That's stupid.
Yeah.
So
Power levels mean nothing now. I think
I
it's
always
just
thought Cell would be.
it's
like
experience.
$1 billion at max. Cell would be like $1 billion at
It's
max.
experience to me now. Like whoever's gotten enough fights and stuff, and Goku. Oh boy,
Best character in Dragon Ball in your opinion?
Uh,
you two, you're including this.
Broly.
Why?
His power's maximum.
shut up.
It's like the dumbest picture ever. What do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be. What superhero do you want to be when you grow up? I want to be Broly from Dragon Ball Z. His power is maximum. It's like this kid's drawing.
Honestly, I like overpowered characters. I like Dog from Half-Life 2. Nothing could affect him.
No, but
I like Broly. I like the engineer from Prometheus.
There's like two Brolys though. There's like actual Broly and like multiverse Broly. Multiverse
I
Broly
like
is a fucked
I like
up.
regular Broly.
Multiverse Broly is a fucked up mess. It just has infinite power.
Well, Akira Toriyama couldn't figure out a way for them to beat him, so he just said defeat him with one punch.
I read.
Let's not go into that.
That's dumb.
Let's not go into that.
Okay, so you like Broly. Broly's your favorite.
Yes, Broly's awesome. Broly's power is maximum.
What about you, Josh?
Personally, I like Piccolo.
Piccolo?
Really?
Why do you like Piccolo? Just because he's the black guy in Dragon Ball?
Pretty much.
That's Uba. That's Uba.
But okay,
Is Uba? No.
He's like an islander.
yeah. Wait, no, he wasn't in GG, but
He was in GT,
like, at
but he's
the
not.
end
He was
of-
a, he was
He wasn't
like,
created
he was
in
a
at the end
significant.
of
He was
Z,
he was a little tiny kid in the end of Z. But
But Piccolo, he's devoted to like, I don't know, he's a good guy, but he's also sort of like an anti-hero.
Like he starts out evil.
He starts out as an anti-hero, but then he trains Gohan, which is like sort of a heartwarming, like,
Yeah.
he has like soft side to him. He's not like his
Dad.
dad.
Have you
Who's
seen the
also
original scene in
Him,
Him.
technically.
Yeah, and you know the scene in TFS where he's like, "You can all kiss the greatest part of my ass." You know that part? In the actual show, he says, "I am the great demon lord Piccolo. I will not be defeated." And he flies off. Then Krillin's just like, "Wow, I kind of forgot that he was really kind of a bad guy. I just kind of got used to him being kind of a good guy."
Because Gohan changed him probably so
Yeah.
violently.
So it's kind of like a good reminder. It's like, wow, he was actually a really evil guy for a bit.
Taking care of Gohan made him good.
You should read the Piccolo part. I'll get you the books.
Let's have Corey go. Let's have Corey go now.
Personally,
Ginyu Force, right?
Who's the leader? It's Squidward.
wait, what?
The Ginyu Force.
What about the Ginyu
What's your
Force?
favorite Dragon Ball character, Corey?
I know it's a fan favorite. It's kind of overdone. I do like Vegeta,
Vegeta's
All
cool.
right.
just because I like his personality. and
this.
a lot of
One
funny
second.
lines.
One second, guys.
What, Dad? All right.
All right, we got interrupted by
Corey,
David's dad.
explain.
I don't know. Okay, I like his personality. I think he has a lot of comical and funny lines.
Oh.
The Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods when he freaks out on Beerus is the best part I've ever seen. With
That's my bride.
Yo, Bulma.
Or is it my Bulma or
Yeah,
my bride?
that's my Bulma. Anyways,
Oh.
though.
Also, I like his overall like design of his character. and
Oh,
the way he
yeah.
looks.
I know
And he's kind of an ass.
Yeah, he's an
Oh, I
asshole,
was
but
just
he.
gonna say something. Oh,
I like the when he changes at the end during the Busai when he finally like admits that Goku's better than him.
And when
he
Yeah.
shows like he has a lot
when
of
he
respect for
sacrifices
him.
his life for Trunks, that is the best.
Oh
moment
my
in Dragon
goodness,
Ball
I love
history.
that.
Wait, which part are you talking about?
but
When he's
When
like
he-
he's
the Busai one?
Majin, he's
Yeah.
Majin Vegeta, and he like
He blows
sacrifices
himself up to protect his wife
Son.
and son,
so
That
Mike
was so good.
Mike Madsen, one of Griffin's old
and I
friends.
never said what mine
he's-
was, but yeah. Anyways,
He said no. I was gonna go on
Yeah,
about
yeah.
Vegeta. He said that yeah, it was so dumb how Vegeta just became a Super Saiyan just because he wanted it. And I was like,
Yeah, that's-
that is the best thing. He became a Super Saiyan out of pure spite, out of pure rage for not becoming a Super Saiyan. He used that rage and harnessed it into becoming a Super Saiyan
you didn't know that,
out of
did you?
pure spite.
It's like really dumb. So Goku,
No, it's
Goku
awesome.
I know, but Goku becomes a Super Saiyan because Krillin gets killed by Frieza, and he's so mad because that's his best friend.
But
He's known since he was a little
Frieza's
kid. Gohan becomes one in the time chamber because he needs to.
Yeah,
basically.
he has to.
Trains
He has to, otherwise he won't be able to help against Cell. Future Trunks becomes one because
Gohan.
adult Gohan that gets killed by the androids, who's been his best friend and trainer.
Yeah.
Vegeta's just pissed. He's like, I don't want to be a Super Saiyan anymore. I'm done. And then he becomes a Super Saiyan.
What?
Yeah. It's a pretty bad explanation, but
It's he's literally just like, I'm sick of being so
I'm
weak.
sick of being weaker than Goku,
I'm sick
who's
of
supposed
being
to be weaker than me.
He's so mad at being weaker that he transforms. I think that's awesome.
And then immediately,
that's so cool.
Then immediately gets destroyed.
Yeah,
by
he
androids.
gets wrecked.
including getting
Actually,
his
no,
arm broken
well,
at the elbow.
He
But,
gets he kills
he kills 19.
yeah, he kills 19, which is pretty cool.
And just toys with them.
Mm-hmm.
But my favorite Dragon Ball character, my favorite good guy is probably, I like Vegito the best. He's a little bit overdone, but Vegito's really
With
cool.
an O or A.
Vegito.
Oh, okay.
Because I don't like, he's super strong.
Vegeta or Gogeta, who would win?
That's like a retarded question. It would be Vegito because Gogeta would unfuse after 30 minutes. But
No, he just used he'd use a Shadow Queen Strike.
but Vegito is just, they go from being completely dominated by Boo, who's absorbed all their friends, to not even really having to try at all,
I love Vegeta.
without even being a Super Saiyan. Then as soon as they go Super Saiyan, their powers
Super
multiplied
Saiyan.
by like 50, and only imagining. But he's just a cool character. I wish he would have lasted longer, because he was there and then he was
Yeah.
gone immediately.
Well, I don't know. I talked to somebody online about multiverse, and he said, "Why is Gast so strong?" And I was like, "You remember how
Nail and
Nail
Piccolo.
and Piccolo fused, right? So Nail couldn't even stand up to Nappa.
Nail was 42,000.
Or no, Piccolo couldn't even stand up to Nappa. And then they went on to Earth, or they went on to Kami's planet after he died.
Kai.
King Kai's planet. Isn't that same?
No, Kami's.
Oh, Kami's lookout. Kai's planet. And either they must have gotten one heck of a training, which they did not, because Yamcha's
Well, they
still
did
super
sort of.
weak.
They did sort of because of the 10
They,
times
they got a
gravity.
little bit of a boost.
Mhm.
It's only like 100 times Earth gravity, or is it 10 times?
10.
10 times to Earth gravity, which is not enough. And then they fuse with Piccolo, and he's on level with
second form Frieza. Over
second
a million.
form Frieza.
Over 1 million power.
So imagine that
With like 100 people.
100 people. That's ridiculous. Of course, he'd be most powerful ever.
Including. I'm gonna call him Super Kami Guru because that's the best name. Super Kami Guru because he's powerful. He just can't do anything because he's.
Isn't
old
it
and
Nail
badass
and
and
Kami
old.
fusing? Or who is it? The first people that fuse? Is it Nail and one
It's
of the
Nail and
villains?
Piccolo, and then
Nail and
in the
Piccolo-
series you're talking about?
No, in Multiverse.
It was just like a random villager.
Was it just like a random villager? All right.
No, I think Guru did.
I think it was
fused
Guru
with
and
Nail.
Nail.
Guru gave
Yeah.
all his power to Nail, and then they realized that Guru's in Nail, so they fused with him.
Yeah.
But what were we talking about?
Piccolo.
Yeah, and then
super
he
strong.
gets even stronger than Cell after he absorbs.
Oh
Kami.
yeah,
Because
exactly.
he goes back to his original form. He's
Yeah.
back to the original person he was supposed to be.
Yeah.
What were we talking about now?
We probably should end this episode.
We should probably end this soon. We should talk about just a little bit more about it.
What about Boo though?
Boo is kind of dumb.
Boo's kind of dumb. He's kind of overpowered.
He's
he
like-
used to be my favorite DBZ character, but I don't really like.
He's
him
got
anymore.
layers to his quality though, because like Fat Boo is just like a little kid.
It
Fat
never
Boo
really
doesn't know that it's wrong.
It doesn't. I like that. I like.
Because
the-
like as soon as
It's
Hercule's like you
innocence.
can't.
I like
yeah.
the innocent bad guys that don't really know what they're doing.
Hercule's
but
just like you shouldn't kill people because it's wrong. He's just like,
the
okay.
thing that didn't
I
make
won't kill
sense to me was that he absorbed the really strong guy, and then he absorbed the fat Boo guy.
He
Well,
got
the
stronger,
super guy.
but his
But
personality
Why
overrode Boo's.
why did the forms not combine? Why does he only take his most recent thing he absorbed?
That's probably just a feature, because that's always he gets Gotenks' form when he absorbs.
Yeah, but then he
Gotenks.
shifts down to Piccolo.
Because he loses Gotenks.
Yeah, but
And
then he would still have
Piccolo's stronger.
he would still have Goten.
Piccolo's stronger than Goten and Trunks.
Oh yeah, I guess.
And he
Wait,
also
is he?
absorbed, yeah, because he's stronger than a Super Saiyan.
Is he?
And they
Just
haven't
kidding.
hardly trained the
Are
Super
they
Saiyans.
Super Saiyan too?
Yeah.
No, they're Super Saiyan 1.
Are they really?
They just skip from 1 to 3 when
Oh.
they're Gotenks, which is stupid. But
Huh.
but yeah, but I like the forms, but like when he's just like okay, I'll stop. When Hercule
Yeah, I
asks him
like
to.
that.
And then Hercule gets shot, and he just goes ballistic and kills the guy.
Exactly. Well, no, it was the dog.
Well, it was
his
B
dog.
gets shot, but then Hercule gets shot out. Like
Does he?
he stops the guy who shot B, the dog.
Oh
And then
yeah.
he starts walking away, and then the other guy shoots Hercule.
Oh yeah, he creates Boo of pure wrath.
And then Boo heals him, and then
Boo of
Evil
pure
Boo or
wrath.
Pure Wrath Boo comes out, and
Yeah.
then they fight, and then Super Boo's born. That's beside the point. Just watch Dragon Ball for that part, but it's just an interesting
So
character.
just like a quick question, I guess, to sort of like sum this all up. How do you think Vegeta felt? Because he couldn't get to Super Saiyan 3 at the end of Dragon Ball Z.
No.
How do you think he felt when he saw
Gotenks.
Gotenks go Super Saiyan?
I feel like
3?
he probably would have actually been proud because
Yeah,
his
'cause it's
son's a
part
part
of
of it,
his son.
and his son. And
Half him
There's
up,
one
though.
thing you can never
But-
take
but
away
his
from
son-
Saiyan.
his pride. But his son figured it out.
Yeah.
I think he'd be proud that his son got so much. So
Tell me how you did it.
And then beats him up, and then tells him they can't go to the park.
I'm betting
unless he
Dragon Ball
punches
Super
him.
is gonna go.
Dragon Ball Super is gonna be good. Dragon Ball Super.
Dude, I hope so.
It sucks that they're just recapping
Wait,
Resurrection.
they
Half
don't
and
even
Battle
need to
Gods.
go. He doesn't even need to go Super Saiyan 3 anymore.
Yeah, he's got Super Saiyan God 2.
Super
basically.
Saiyan God 2, Super
Super
Saiyan 2.
Saiyan God, Super Saiyan.
Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan 2.
Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan 3. Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan 4. God. Super Saiyan.
Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan God.
Super Saiyan.
It just repeats in cycles. His hair turns purple.
His hair just turns like it becomes rainbow and he just like cycles up and
It's
down.
like the,
and
you remember the Trunks on Dragon Ball
with like
Mickey
the, with like the,
with
the,
the green-
flag basically. It was like the purple, white, green. So dumb. Okay,
Well, yeah, thanks for joining us on the first
For
episode
our-
of Zazcast.
our rambling. I didn't think we were gonna be able to get through this at all
This was
because
easy.
Yeah, this is really I said so.
except we're now
Dude,
completely
we
out
do
of
this
content.
every day.
We need to talk about video games in the next one.
Oh,
Favorite
dude,
video games and
video
favorite
games. We
memories.
could do Dragon Ball for an entire episode.
If we wanted to, we could just talk about Dragon Ball.
We
Corey
did-
would be like,
Wh-
I know what they're talking
we did
about.
we did Nightmares, we did Spiders, and we did Dragon Ball
Mm.
for an hour and 17 minutes.
Yeah, 18 now. But yeah, okay. Well, anyways,
Android 18,
Android 18.
Android 13. We should watch that tonight.
Krillin bangs her.
They have a
Android
baby.
18. She's her android.
What's her name?
Darren.
Okay,
Done.
you did that really quick.
Done.
I forgot what her name
problem.
was.
No problem. No problem.
Well, Vegeta's daughter.
Bra or
Yeah.
Boa, depending on what you're watching.
True. GT, it's Bra, right? Or is it Bull? No, it's Bull.
It's Bra in the books, and then GT's Boa. Like when they show her picture for the 3 seconds at the beginning of the manga.
Do they?
They show like Vegeta. This is like Vegeta and Bulma second, so it's like the 10 years later part.
Oh.
That doesn't matter. Anyways, we're getting back into Dragon Ball. We're supposed to be ending
Oh,
the
dang it.
video.
I was like, what if Tarble made out with, whatever.
That plant woman's name was. It's like a little blob woman. Anyways,
No, I meant,
shut up. We're
I forgot
done.
she was married.
See you guys next time.
But what about Bulma's sister?
Did you laugh? God dang it, Goofy. Do it over.
Crikey, give me the balls.
Do over.
Crikey, give me the balls. Crikey, Rashid, I need the balls.